everyone. Happy Wednesday. You're in the right place, the glitter pit. We are going to make an amazing card today. Amazing card. And one of my glitter queens, Sheila Myers, she's the one that came up with it. Well, actually, it was funny because when we had our Glitter Queens retreat back in August, I had shared this card on my blog back in August after our Glitter Queens retreat. But it was funny because she had seen this card and I seen the same card, and I took a snapshot of it and I was going to try to figure it out because the card that we both seen on Pinterest was like in centimeters measurements, and it was all written in German. So Sheila figured it out, and then when she brought it to the Glitter Queens retreat, we're like, oh my gosh, this card is amazing. So we're gonna, mind you, this is a lot of die cutting for this card. So I did a lot of it beforehand, so it's gonna speed it up. But there's gonna be a YouTube video tomorrow that's gonna give you a little bit easier measurements, and I'm gonna kind of explain both of the measurements, because today I'm gonna do a totally different set of measurements for the insert of the card. But the base of the card is the same. So whether we're making the Valentine's Day card tomorrow or the birthday version today, the base of the card is the same. It's just the layers that go on the insert. So I did the YouTube version with easy to remember layers. And then today I'm going to give you the exact measurements that you want to use for the card. All right. Welcome everyone. Yes, today is a good day. So last week at the wound clinic, an update on, well, both of my legs. My other leg, my wound vac leg, is seriously almost closed. It's like less than an inch, I think. I think it's going to close up when I least expect it. When I clean it and when I change the gauze and I add that, what is it that they give me? That, it's like, shoot, I can't think of it, the name. Anyway, it's a thing that I lay over it. And collagen, that's it. When I change the gauze and the collagen, it seems like it's getting smaller. So one day I'm going to wake up and I'm going to change it, and it's going to be like totally covered in. So Richard seems to think like in a week or two, it's kind of going to be totally gone. So, but my other leg, you know, with the whole episode since December, that leg. So last week when we uncovered it, it was still like really scaly and like dry, and then I think I shared with you guys the beef jerky, right? The beef jerky picture. So I was waiting on one more scab to fall off, which was on the outside part of my ankle, on the very top of my ankle. And so it just fell off. I think it was on Friday it fell off when I was changing my like my tube sock. So once that fell off, the doctor said I could take a shower without my tube sock on, or, well, not without my tube sock, but without the, you know, when you take a shower and you got to cover your leg. So I've been doing that with both of my legs. So he said, well, once that scab falls off, then I can take a shower and I can take like a loofah or whatever, and I can gently scrub that skin of my leg to kind of get all that slough and all that dry skin and junk off. So I got to do that, and it felt so amazing. I just wanted to stand there and just like rub it because it itched so bad. So, but my leg is like looking like totally normal. It is a miracle, honest to goodness. And praise God, because I was really worried when I was in the hospital and all that blood and all that. I mean, it looked really bad. And then all the skin, the flaking, like I was a snake. But seriously, I mean, I think the only really, I don't even want to say ugly part, but it's kind of like, it looks kind of like a purplish or a red, and it's at my ankle area, on the inside and the outside, and I think that that's where it was the worst at. And plus it's new skin, so it's really, you know, tender there still, but everything is looking good. So this next week, well, tomorrow when I go, I don't know what they're going to say. Maybe it'll be totally done and I can start wearing my compression socks, which we got to order those, or he's got to tell me which ones to get. So I'm so thankful, and everything's doing good. I'm getting stronger every day. I know I say that every week, but I feel like I'm just not 100% yet. Like today, like for instance, yesterday I spent all day making yet tomorrow's video for this card, Valentine's theme. And mind you, it's a lot of pieces and stuff, but back in the day, I could just like whip that out. So I think that that was my, like one of the signs that I just not at my normal pace, I guess, doing my business yet. So I was really hoping to do another video for Friday. So I don't know. I have a lot to do tomorrow. I have my Facebook Live with my team, and I got to do the card sketch. I got to design that between now and tomorrow, and I got to go to the wound clinic. So I don't know if I'm going to have time to film a video for Friday. I'm really hoping so. I want to use that new Ladybug stamp set. So I'm hoping to do that. If not, it will be for next week. So I'm just waiting for the whole, me feeling like 100% and I can just whip all this stuff out. But man, it's like a challenge. And it's not like I just like get so exhausted and I got, you know, run upstairs and stuff. But I just work at a slower pace now, I think. So, but it's all good. I'm just glad to be stamping again, you know. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do the glitter giveaway. Remember, last week I mentioned that we were going to start our glitter giveaway back in December 5th was our last one. So we had these two stamp sets here. Remember, we were going to give these away. So I drew two names today, and they just happen to be one of my glitter queens and a customer. So I already have their address, so I'm going to send them out hopefully tomorrow when I go to the wound clinic. So let me show you who won. Hello, everyone. So here are the names. It's Lois and Linda. Woo-woo! Lois, Linda, you won the glitter giveaway. Now, this was like a month ago, well, over a month ago now. So that was our last glitter giveaway. So it was for those two stamp sets. So you don't have to contact me or anything. I already got your address printed out. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop them off in the mailbox tomorrow. Yay! So there's that. All right, so now we got two more stamp sets I'm going to give away for next week. So we're back on schedule. So you know the drill. On tomorrow's blog post, 2 for Thursday. 2 for Thursday is when I post two videos. One from YouTube and then the Facebook replay or the Glitter Pit replay, right? So those are my two videos. And then on that blog post, starting tomorrow, you can leave a comment and have your name entered into the to the glitter giveaway. And then I'll draw the names, and then the names will be announced live next week in the Glitter Pit. All right? So let's show you the stamp sets we're going to give away this week. So we have, you know what? I got this stamp set and I didn't even use it. I actually ran out of time. I ran out of time for a lot when I was in the hospital. So the card we're making today and tomorrow on YouTube, I had all intentions to make a Christmas version of it, but, you know, things happen, I guess. Going in the hospital kind of delays stuff. So I had bought this stamp set. Well, actually, I earned it with the Hostess Rewards, and I never got to use it. But it's so cute. It's called Holiday Haul. So you can get a chance to win that on the 2 for Thursday. And then this one is Greetings from Santa. Now, I think I used two stamps out of this stamp set, so it's gently used. Okay? So remember, tomorrow's blog post, 2 for Thursday. Leave a comment and you'll get entered. And you can leave a comment about whatever you want. You can leave a comment on the project. You can leave a comment on the stamp sets. You can leave a comment on what I've been going through lately. Whatever you want. You can leave a comment about what you want to see in future Glitter Pit lives. Whatever you want. All right, so let me go ahead and flip this over. I want to show you the card sketch of the week that we did this past Monday. So those are back as well. So if you've been missing the card sketch weekly, we're on card sketch number 110. So that was posted that was posted this past Monday. So remember, every Monday is the card sketch of the week. All right, so let me go ahead and flip this over. All right, so here is card sketch number 110. Very simple, and all I did was use the layering circle dies, and I just used 3 different sizes, and I used it really cute with the Over the Moon stamp set. So here's my sample or my twist on the template. So I used the Over the Moon stamp set. Isn't he cute? I just love that cow. Seriously, out of all the new stuff, I still love this cow. I think he's just because he's so darn cute. I love it. All right, so card sketch 1010 is posted on Monday. So if you go to my blog, which is right here, if you're new to the Glitter Pit, this is my website, dawnstampingthoughts.net. And once you get to the website, there's like a landing page, and you'll just scroll down a couple blog posts, and it says card sketch number 110. And you can click on that, and you can get all the details for that, all right? So this next Monday, watch out. This card sketch is amazing. I love it. All right, so now let's go on to the card. Well, we got the updates, you know, the celebration is going on, right? I don't have to tell you guys about that. This is like the biggest time of the year. Celebration for joining Stampin' Up family and for making purchases. So for every $50, well, every $50 increment, you get to pick something for free out of the Celebration Mini. Let me show you here. Out of this mini right here. So you get to pick something for free out of this mini. Let me take my website off of here. So you spend $50, or there's increments of $100 as well. So you can get a $100 item like this one right here, the Power of Hope bundle, which I love all the sayings in there. So you can get the embossing folder and the stamp set for $100. So when your order reaches the $100 level, you can pick this. Or you can pick two level 50 or two $50 items at the level 1. Okay? So all that is explained in the mini catalog, because each stamp set has like a, this is a $50 item. This is a $50 item. I love that paper too, by the way. That golden honey. Been using it a lot lately. Okay, so that's Celebration. That's going on right now. Plus the 2020 Stampin' Up! Mini Catalog is currently live. And it's great. All right, so if you missed the beginning, we're going to make a card. This was the card that I posted on my blog back in, maybe it was August. Yeah, it must have been August, because Sheila, she had brought all of this, all the supplies. Now, I can't even imagine. I mean, when she gave us all the supply packets to make this card, we're like, you die cutted everything out for us? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So this was her card. Hold on, I want to make sure it opens up right. Hold on. One moment, please. So when she whipped out this card, I was just like, oh my gosh, I so seen this card on Pinterest. So when you open the card, you have, well, the ribbon in the back is kind of opening up as the card opens up. So this is the card, the way it looks. And then that's the way it looks when it's sitting up. Don't you love it? And it's using the Halloween goodies that was in the holiday catalog. So, like I had mentioned, I really wanted to make a Christmas version of this card, but, you know, time got away and things happened, so I didn't get a chance to. But, no worries. I made a Valentine's Day version, and it's so cute. All right, so thank you, Sheila. And all credit goes to her, because like I had mentioned, that we took a picture, each of us, me and Sheila, without us each knowing, but it came out at the Glitter Queens retreat, and I'm like, did you see that picture on Pinterest? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, I so wanted to make that card. And she's like, well, did you know it was all in centimeters and written in German? She says, and here, I don't know either one of those. She said, so I just kind of winged it. So all the measurements and all the everything goes to Sheila, because she figured it out, and I'm just so excited. And then I get to share it with you guys. So here is the card that I made for the YouTube version for the Valentine's Day. And I want to say right out the door, these little From Your Heart faceted gems are over the top amazing. Can you see the sparkle on those? If you guys have got these and you haven't opened them up, man, you guys are in for a surprise, because talk about sparkly. Let me show you the canister, or the little container that it comes in. So these are what they look like. And when I was putting them on this card, I realized that there's 3 different sizes. So you have large, medium, and small. And then they come in the 3 colors, the Flirty Flamingo, the white, and the Real Red. But look how pretty. Can you see them? Sparkly. Woo! I absolutely love it. So I put them on this card. Of course I did, because it just was screaming for it. Okay, so then I used the From My Heart. What is this designer paper called? I'm drawing a blank here. But of course, the From My Heart stamp set, the little heart doilies, and then the heart foil behind there is not red foil paper. It's actually from that designer paper where you can use the scallop heart. So in tomorrow's video on YouTube, we'll explain all of this, okay? All right, so here's the inside of this one. Ooh, isn't it nice? Oh my gosh, look at the sparkle on that. I don't think I can do a card without sparkle. Either glitter, Winkestella, rhinestones, or like these faceted gems. Man, they are nice. Okay, so let me explain. Now, this video will give you the measurements on this card. Now, let me tell you a couple things that we're going to change up today. So you're going to notice on the ends, it overlaps or it cuts off the panel. So what I did is I gave you all the same measurements for all these panels, but they're all different sizes. But I thought I'd try to keep it easy and make them all the same. So with today's video, I'm going to give you the correct measurements for these panels and then the inside panel. Now you really can't see this panel here. See, now look at the inside panel here where you have this big gap right here. But when you hide it behind this section of the card, you don't even see it, right? I mean, look at when you open it up, you don't even see it. And this really doesn't matter to me personally, but I thought, well, the birthday one is a little bit cuter because it does give you the proper measurements. And there's a trick to finding out how to put this card together with the insert. Okay, so there's the card. And then I used the ribbon. This is the double stitched satin ribbon, I believe, the 3/8 in the real red. And this is in the mini catalog. Isn't that awesome? I love this card, Sheila. I'm so addicted. I've been making them like crazy. So then there's the front and then there's the back. So the trick too is you want to have the front and the back. All right, so then you just tie your side of your little card. It's actually like a little booklet. I mean, it's pretty thick. It's going to be extra postage, of course, but y'all know how I feel about that. It doesn't matter on the postage. It's nice to send somebody a Valentine's Day, right? So look, it's kind of poochy right here. And I don't think, oh, you know what it is? It's the faceted gems. Because I didn't think I added like dimensionals on the inside, but you can see right where the large faceted gems are. But hey, we got to have those on this project. Okay, so here's the birthday one. OMG. This is so sweet with the Bonanza Buddies stamp set. And then you can get the bundle with the Bonanza dies. And then also the Birthday Bonanza designer paper. So there's really not that much stamping because what I did is I utilized the designer paper. I've been using that idea a lot lately too because our designer paper is amazing. So with the dies, you can cut out these little animals, the koala and the lion is kind of tricky. And I didn't want to waste time on trying to figure out how to cut that out of the designer paper because the little lion doesn't cut out his little mane around his face. It just cuts out his face and his body. And I just didn't want to deal with that right now because I was cutting all this stuff out for us to do today. And then I hand cut out the toucan with the balloon. So let me show you here the paper. Just before anybody asks me about, oh my gosh, you stamped that so good. No, it's the designer paper. Okay, so you can see I hand cut this out. Now, if you have an e-cutter, I have an e-cutter, but I just didn't want to hook it up and put all this paper through there. So it's really easy to cut out the toucan with the balloons. You just got to find the right one, you know, because sometimes it gets cut off. So that's what I did for this one. And I already cut one out here. These ones right here for the card we're going to finish today. So I got the toucan, I got the lion, and then I got the koala. So now the lion and the koala are going to go on the inside, and then the little toucan. Now these are the balloon ones. And then I did use the die for the koala. And then I thought, he looks like he could be holding the balloons too, right? He's so cute. And then I used the little banner. This is all from that, the bundle, from the dies, the Bonanza dies. So, and then I used the circle die, just to give it kind of some kind of contrast to kind of tie it all together. And then this is the Bonanza, what is this? The Birthday Bonanza designer paper. Kind of tie in the Costa Cabana with the Bermuda Bay. So adorable. So use your designer paper, not only for like, you know, backgrounds and stuff, which is what we use, but also just cut out the critters or the animals, you know. They're so adorable. And then here's the koala one that I punched out with the, or I ran through the Big Shot with the die to kind of hold the balloons with the toucan on the front. All right, so let's see the inside. Now you're going to be able to see the difference here with this one because this is the one I kind of gave you a sneak peek on that we're going live today. So, what was I? Oh, okay. So now look at the ends here. So you see how they're formatted better to fit on the end. And then also with the middle, there's no big gap. Okay, so, but they both look really cute. So let me show you the Valentine's one again to show you the difference. So here's the inside of this one. But like I said, you can't see it. Hold on, I got to pull the ribbon. You can't even see it when the card is open. It's no big deal. And this being cut off here is no big deal for me either. I just wanted to make it easy for those of you that are wanting to do, like, just cut them all the same, do it in a class, you know what I'm saying? But here we're going to make the exact measurements for this card. Adorable. I love it. And of course, before anybody asks, there's a place to sign, and this is optional if you want to do this or not, but you can add a layer of Whisper White to the back. And I used the Happy Birthday, Another Sensational Year of You. Isn't that cute? And that little firework and stuff is also in the Bonanza Buddy stamp set. All right, so lots of die cutting. I went ahead and did all that ahead of time to save some time, and I also did the same thing for the YouTube video, but still. So just to give you an idea why I didn't have time to make another video for Friday, this video, I got it cut down. Now, mind you, when I film videos, I can usually film a video, say, maybe I could go maybe 20 minutes, and then I cut it down to about 12 or 15 minutes at the most. This video, I had to change battery. No, I had to change batteries once. And I don't do that very often when filming videos. So, believe it or not, I got the video down to 25 minutes. And that was me die cutting everything. So tomorrow's video is just going to be a longer than normal YouTube video than what I normally do, but this card is so worth it. Well, we're actually making the Valentine's Day one tomorrow, okay? All right, so let me give you all the measurements. And once again, in the description box of our Glitter Pit Live, it's either above this video or below. There's a link to the supplies and all the measurements. Don't go there now. Please stay here. But there's pictures of this card and all the measurements, and easy click here button if you want to order anything from me. Have me as your demonstrator. So everything is listed over there on that link, okay? So it makes it really easy. All right, so here are the measurements. Let me grab them here. Okay, so we are going to score and put these two layers here. So we're going to start with the Whisper White. So are we ready? Hello, everyone. I just want to keep watching my screen because I don't want to get booted out. Remember how we did that one time? And I definitely don't want to do that. Okay, so we're going to start with the Whisper White, and I'm using the 12 by 12 Whisper White. This also comes in Very Vanilla, and this is cut at 5.5 by 12, and then another piece of Whisper White, which you can just use the regular Whisper White for these next three pieces, but this piece is cut at 4.5 by 5.5. Then these two pieces, this one right here, well, they're both cut at 3 1/4, right? And then one's cut at 3 1/4 by 9, and then one's cut at 3 1/4 by 8.5. Okay, so we're going to put all these pieces together because you need a long base and a long insert to make this card. Okay, so we're going to score this and put it together once we get these other layers done here. All right, so now your Bermuda Bay, which are your panels. Maybe I should have this card opened up so we can describe what these are for. Okay, so the Bermuda Bay are these panels right here. You're going to need 6 of them. 4 for the inside, which we're going to die cut, and then 2, 1 for the front and 1 for the back. You definitely need 1 for the front, 1 for the back. So 4 of your Bermuda Bay, and then we're going to die cut these, and I'm going to come back to that when we're doing the card because you're going to use certain dies for that. Okay, so now for the layers, oh wait, sorry, Whisper White. Whisper White is cut at 3.5 by 5. And of course, if you want one for the back, you'd cut 2 of those. Okay, so 3.5 by 5, and then 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. The same as the panels on the inside. So you're going to cut 6 of these, but 1 for the front, 1 for the back. All right, now the layers. Now these are the layers that are these layers. I want to say they're the correct layers, but really the other one is fine too. Okay, so now this, I got them all wrote down here. Okay, so the Costa Cabana is 1 3/4 by 3. These are for these ends right here. Okay, Whisper White is 1.5 by 2 3/4. Screenshot. So these two are for this piece right here. Okay. Then the next layer, now this is what I had everybody cut on the YouTube video. Everybody was cutting these sizes here. Costa Cabana is 2.5 by 3, and then the Whisper White is 2 1/4 by 2 3/4. You need 2 of each. And these are for the greetings right here. Then, now this is the different size. You're going to need Costa Cabana cut at 2 3/4 by 3. And then I said DSP, but the designer paper is cut at 2.5 by 2 3/4. And this is for, of course, the designer paper. So these will not give you the gap. Okay? Screenshot. All right. So now, let's go ahead and grab our trimmer so I can score these pieces and put them together for you to show you how to do that. I'm going to set this over here. Okay. I don't think I need, oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I was just going to say, I don't think I need that open, but I do. All right, so let's go ahead and score the 5.5 by 12 piece. Oh, you know what? We're going to score the smaller piece because we got to put these together. Then we got to score again. Okay, so the 4.5 by 5.5 piece, we're going to line this up at the 4.5 inch side across the top. We're going to score this at 4 inches. So we just want a 1/2 inch score line here. Fold this over. This is going to be attached to this piece, the long piece, the 5.5 by 12. Okay, so then we're going to take these two pieces. The longest one, the 3 1/4 by 9. We're going to score this. This is the 9 inch. Yep. 9 inch across the top. We're going to score this at 8.5. And once again, we're going to make a long insert attaching these two pieces together. All right, so let me set this trimmer aside. We're going to use this again in a minute. Hold on. Okay, so we're going to grab our tear and tape. Okay. Tear and tape. All right, so we're going to put our tear and tape on this 1/2 inch score line. And then this one right here, I didn't fold it. On this one right here, on the 3 1/4 by 9, put a piece of tear and tape on that end, okay? Take off the backings. So I went and seen the dietitian too on Monday, which was very nice. I mean, it was actually really good. I got a lot of information. I think I understand it. She referred to everything, like my body, what I'm putting in it, what it's doing, the insulin, how it works. It's like she compared it to like a car. So it was very understandable. So, and then they mentioned that they wanted to put me on this pump that she said we could just do it for 5 days just to see, you know, if you like it. But I guess it goes in your stomach. And you do it yourself, apparently. But the first time they do it in the office. And then it's like a little tiny pump about that big that sits on your stomach. And it reads your sugar, like, I don't know, every minute. So, and it's connected to your iPhone. And it just sends you updates. So she said, what's nice about that is that you can you know, you can look at your sugar. Like, let's say I had a baked potato. I can see, like, how that affects my body. And even though it's a great idea, but still, I'm not accepting that I have diabetes because I'm really trying to fight it. So when I go back to my regular doctor in March for my blood test for my, what is it, A1C? I don't know. And then we'll just go from there. I just feel like I'm not ready for a pump. I'm not ready for, you know, all gun-ho doing all that stuff when I'm not even really wanting this stuff. Now, if I do end up having it and I do, you know, have to have it, well, then that's one thing. But I'm just, you know, wanting to just do it like what I'm doing now. Even though poking my fingers is kind of getting old. All right, so did you see what I did? I added, oh, there's a rhinestone on there. So I added that 1/4 or that 1/2 inch with the tear and tape onto this 5.5 by 12. Okay. So when you're making your card, make sure the seam is in the back. At least that's what I found. All right, so now we're going to do the exact same thing to this piece. We're going to add these two together. And what I'm doing is I'm taking like one end and I'm butting it right up to that score line. And then kind of folding it over and making that nice edge. Then take your bone folder and make that nice. That rhinestone's going to be popping up everywhere. Okay. All right, now let's bring in our trimmer again. We're going to score now. Again. All right, let's do the big piece here so I can close this arm. All right, so the big piece, the long end across the top. I don't even know how long this is. Does it even? Oh, yeah, it does. Okay, so this is what? Almost 16¼ almost inches. Whoa. All right, so we're going to score this at 4 and 8. Okay, so then this at the end here is already cut. Well, we scored it at, remember this is the 4.5, and then we scored it at 4. So this panel right here is already 4. So we got 4, 8, and 12 really. But that last piece we didn't have to score because we added it. Does that make sense? All right, now let me see how we're going to, okay, so this is not right. So we're going to fold this here, here, and here. Yeah, so this is the way your base of your card should look. It should look like an M with your seam in the back. Do you see the seam there? Okay, so an M. This card is really easy. Do not feel intimidated. Seriously. Even though this is like right up my alley, I love the moving cards and all that, but anybody can do this. Just follow along, all right? It's super easy. Once you make your first one, you'll be a pro. I'm telling you. All right, so now on this long piece, this is going to be the insert, right? I don't even know what this measures. This is like beyond the, well, maybe not. Hold on. Whew, almost all the way over. 17 inches maybe. Okay, so now we're going to score this at 2 3/4, 5.5. And we're going to turn it over to the opposite side. We'll turn it around. Do the exact same measurement. So 2 3/4, 5.5. Okay. So now remember, this is the seam in the back. Can you see that? All right. So now we're going to fold this. Once I get it together, I got to look at it to see how it sits. No, the first score line goes down. Then we got a mountain, down, mountain, valley. Okay, so now what you're going to notice on this piece right here, let me move this. We're done with the trimmer. Okay, so you're going to notice that this is overhanging right here. This is what it's supposed to look like that. Don't be afraid. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like when you're folding it. With the seam in the back, this is what it should look like. So you have your valley, mountain, valley, mountain, valley. Okay? All right. Now, let me bring in my dies. And we're not going to cut anything on this. We don't need to do anything to that. We're just going to layer the layers onto that. So we're going to bring in the Whisper White piece, right? So remember, this is, yes, this is the way the card sits for this. So what you're going to do is you're going to use your stitched rectangle framelits. Stitched rectangle dies. And you're going to use the dies 4, 5, and 6 from the largest counting in. So count in 4, 5, 6. You're going to use the 4 and the 6 for your Bermuda Bay panels. You're going to cut all 4. You're not going to cut the ones for the front and the back. You're just going to layer these together. Make sure it's centered. And I didn't measure out anything. I just kind of eyeballed it. And that's the way I did the Whisper White too. And it's good. You can just eyeball it. If you have to measure it out, you know, knock yourself out. I don't do that. And you know what? That's what homemade is. You know, handmade, homemade. You know, it's not going to be perfect. But if you want it to be, you can always measure it out. And then you can always cut one and then pencil this one out, make that one. You know what I'm saying? So 4 and 6 for the Bermuda Bay. Cut all 4 the same way, kind of centering it, okay? Then after you do them, then you're going to take the 5th die and you're going to cut the Whisper White panels, the 4-inch panels. So then you're going to center this, cut that, then cut this one, and then cut that one, okay? All right, so by the magic of television, I've already done that. Praise the Lord. Right? Thank goodness. So let me get that piece out, or those pieces out here. One moment, please. Everything's right here in my reach, but it's like piled up on top of everything. All right. So here is one that is totally done. So this is what you're going to do with your big shot or your dies, okay? So Bermuda Bay, and then you're just going to layer those on top of your Whisper White base of your card, okay? So now for the insert, I went ahead and did one side, and I'm going to finish the other side with you so I can show you exactly what I did, okay? So here's one side. Now you're going to notice I didn't add the little end panel here, and that's because you want to add that piece after you've inserted the card, or inserted the insert into the card. Yeah. Okay, so then one more thing you're going to want to do is take your insert. Let me just do this with you to show you. So on tomorrow's YouTube video, I mentioned that you only need to use one strip of your tear and tape on the ends. But if you're using these measurements that we're using on today's birthday card, you want to do 2 strips of the tear and tape and put that right on the end. Okay, so let me show you here. Put one on the end and then one right next to it. This is not only going to secure your card when you're putting it together, but it's going to serve as a guide as well. Okay, so you're going to do both ends the exact same way. So put 2 strips, not one. Put 2 right next to each other on both ends. Okay, so we got that one and we got this one. Okay, so this is what I've already done on this card here. But to add this layer here, you want to add the insert into the card and then decorate it. You can actually go ahead and decorate it all if you want to after you inserted it. It's no problem. But I went ahead and got these pieces already added. All right, so let's go ahead and do some stamping. Now this is the stamp set, the Bonanza Buddies. Isn't it cute? Those sayings, this one especially, it says, "I'm glad it's your birthday so I can tell you how wonderful you are." Isn't that just the best? And then for this one, now let me share here what I did for the greeting for this panel here. So I took the happy birthday and I took let's celebrate you, and I put that all on one block. So when I stamp that little panel, it's just going to be stamped once and you're good to go. Okay, so that one's done that way. And then this is the other greeting that I used on the back side of my other card here. Let me show you that one again. Because this stamp said, or this stamps, or these stamps are not in the Bonanza Buddies. So this says, "Happy birthday, another sensational year. Happy birthday, another sensational year of you." Okay, so this is from Sending You Thoughts. And so I took the happy birthday and then this one here, another sensational year of you. And I put those on a block together. So one stamp and you're done. Okay, just make sure you're stamping it the right side ways. Before you put it together, I guess you could stamp it and then make sure. All right, so let's go ahead and do some stamping. Now we're going to stamp, let me see, I already did that greeting. So we're going to stamp the happy birthday, let's celebrate you. And then I have this little firework here. You know what? I need to cut another piece of Whisper White so I can do the back. Let me cut this really quick. Hold on. This is cut at 5. Hold on. I can't cut on a lopsided chair. Okay, so we're going to cut this at 5 by 3.5. This is going to be for the front or the back. I only cut one, but I want to do both. Because I need birthday cards this month, so that's good. All right, so we're going to stamp the back. Get the Memento ink. And this panel right here. So this is for the front, right? And I gotta add another one here. So those are for the animals. And then this panel right here is gonna be for the happy birthday. I just wanna add a layer behind this so I can see where I'm stamping. Okay, so this is gonna be happy birthday. Let's celebrate you. Right in the center. Okay, and then I got my Bermuda Bay Classic ink. Now let's go ahead and stamp our back side too. Okay, so this one says happy birthday. Another sensational year of you. Stamp that in the center. And then we're going to take this tiny little firework or little fuzz ball, whatever you want to call it. I think it looks like a firework. So we're going to stamp 3 of them on the back. And then also on the greetings on the inside. I didn't do this on the other cards, so I thought it really turned out cute when I finished it. So I thought I would add it on there. And then I'm going to add some on this panel here. Oh, no, I did. I did add the rhinestones, but I'm going to add more here. Just add maybe one up here. There we go. Okay. All right. I think that's all the stamping. Yeah, because I already stamped the birthday greeting one. I'm glad it's your birthday so I can tell you how wonderful you are. Yeah, I love that. All right, so let's go ahead and add these pieces together. This is going to be the designer paper. This one's for the greeting. Okay, so then let's put this together. Oh, we can stamp some fireworks around the animals too on this one if we want. Okay, this is for the back. All right, let's bring in our panel here. Add in. Now I kind of kept it like unison or like duplicated. Like these are the first 3 panels and then I kept them the same. So the designer paper is going to go here and then the greeting is going to go here. See, this fits much better inside of there. And then happy birthday. So cute. Okay, remember we're going to keep these out. Now mind you, you can decorate this after or before. So let's bring in our panel here, our base card. So now this is how we're going to do this. We're going to take off our tear and tape backing. Remember, you're going to put 2 strips on both ends. This is about, let me see how long that is. It's about a ½ inch maybe. I thought it was 3/4 or 3/4 of an inch yesterday when I was doing my video, but let's do the other side. And Sheila, when she was, if I remember right, she was saying about this part was kind of throwing her off because to make the insert, you have to overlap it behind one of the windows on the end. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to feed your insert in the center here. So bring this through over here. Okay, now this is where we're going to add the tear and tape inside of this window. So once the tear and tape gets behind this window, you can see it. So that's why I was saying it was good that we put 2 strips to make a guide. And then you also want to keep it centered between your rectangle window, right? So even on the top and the bottom. And then this score line should be inside of that window a tad bit. So we're going to line this up. Let me just set this down here on the table. It's better. So line this up behind, right? Using that tear and tape as a guide. And then keeping the top and the bottom equally And then that score line right here should be inside of that window. And then press it down. Okay, so this is the back side. Now we're going to do the exact same thing on this side. So we're going to tuck this in, making sure it's centered between that window. Here, let me do it this way. Okay, make it centered. And then that score line should be inside the window. And then press that down. Okay, so there's your card. Yes! Isn't that adorable? You can score all your lines and everything, you know, make it nice and crisp, but look at that card, will ya? Oh my gosh. So now this is where you're going to add your little panels here, because then they'll be proportioned correctly. See? But you want to do it last, so you definitely can, you know, maneuver the layer between that layer. You know what I mean? All right, so let's go ahead and add these. You know what? I think I'm going to add the animals. I'm going to stamp. I want to stamp those fireworks. So we're going to take our lion and our koala bear. So cute. All right, so let's stamp a couple fireworks. I didn't do this one on my other one either. All right, so we're going to stamp one firework here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a rhinestone over them. Okay, so add one there and one down here. Aw, look how cute. All right, let's close this up. All right, so now we can add our panels. See, the die cutting is going to take the most time doing it. You know what I mean? But it's worth it to make such a fun card. Fun, interactive card, really. Okay. So adorable. And then I'm just going to use the snail and adhere the lion and the koala bear down. I try not to use any dimensionals for the inside because it's already puffy enough, you know. Look how cute. The lion, the koala bear. Oh, thank you for the hearts, everyone. All right. Let's see, where am I putting him? Maybe over here. Okay, let's get some rhinestones. Okay, so let's add rhinestones to the fireworks a little bit. It's a celebration, right? It's somebody's birthday, so bling it out. And this one I added the rhinestones already, so I'll just leave the sparkling part or the firework part just the way it is. Okay, so now that's the card, right? Now we're going to add the front. We're going to add some ribbon. So I'm using the silver metallic edged ribbon. That's my favorite. And I also had some of this, of the striped Bermuda Bay, but I'm using this instead. Okay, so you want to lay your card out and then just kind of run your ribbon. I leave quite a bit at the end only because when you're tying, like right now I'm having a flare-up because of my rheumatoid. So that's the story I gotta share with you guys next, is because I'm trying to cut back on my steroids, right? So I finally went and seen my rheumatologist. So he has me on one medication for my rheumatoid, but for that to kick in, it's going to be a few weeks. So I'm just on 1.5 of my steroids, which I guess is better than nothing. But man, this crazy weather we're having where it's warm and then it's cold, and then it really makes my hands hurt. So you can tell I haven't been wearing my rings because my hands are so swollen and they hurt like crazy. So I say that because I cut enough ribbon to tie a bow because of, you know, my chubby fingers, whatever. All right, now this is the trick here. So we're going to use dimensionals, and we're going to add dimensionals to the front and the back, but you're going to only add them. Wait, why isn't this closing up here? Hold on. There we go. Okay, so you're going to only add dimensionals to the top and to the bottom, because the ribbon is going to go right here in the center, and that's going to be kind of floating, right? So you can pull the ribbon out, or you can adjust the ribbon however you want it. So dimensionals only on the top and only on the bottom. And you got to remember that you're going to be having a 1/4 of an inch border. So you remember you want to put the dimensionals inward, so your panel here of your Bermuda Bay, you don't have dimensionals sticking out. So just remember that. All right, so we're going to put our dimensionals. I'm just adding my ribbon here, so I'm just going to add my dimensionals to the top. And to the bottom. Remember to keep that border. Okay, so that's what it should look like here with your dimensionals. Let me peel them off. Okay. And the bottom. This would normally be fast forwarded. Aren't you lucky to see all this live? All right, so I'm going to keep my ribbon here. This might be a little challenging because you might need 5 hands like I do. All right, so we're just going to go ahead. Let me just pull this front here. Now, if you didn't add your ribbon here now, you could always feed it through, but I just didn't want to deal with that right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and keep the ribbon there, and then lay your layer on here. Okay, so that's covering all that junk up in the back. Plus you got your ribbon. See how it's floating around? So I think it's better, especially when you give this as a gift, because people are going to be so surprised when they open this card, first of all. All right, let me pull this one over here. Flipping this over. Now once again, we're just going to put dimensionals at the top and the bottom. And I'm adding the ribbon across it now. Keeping that layer in mind when you're adding these, because if you go too close to the edge, you're going to have your dimensional show. Don't want that. Whoop, hold on. Stuck to my fingernail. Okay. So pulling off the backings. Push your nail in the center of the dimensional, the backing comes off easier. You'd think I'd remember to do that tip, but I get so excited. Gotta get those dimensional backings off. I don't throw this stuff on the floor because I'm going to end up sweeping it, so I'm just keeping it on the table so I can swoop it up into my little basket. I'm being a neat stamper today. Alright, so now I'll open this one up. Keeping that ribbon there. Here, hold on a second. Let's pull this here. Oh, something is stuck here. There we go. All right. Make sure my ribbon is straight. Okay. We're going to put this on the back. Like that. And then we're going to take this piece here. This is for the back, so I'm going to go ahead and put that on. Make sure this is the front. And then this would be a place where you could sign it as well. Okay. All right. So now when they close it, then, oh, there we go. So I kept enough ribbon out. But like I said, you can thread this through. This is just floating in here, and you just feed it between there. Now, when you're feeding it, it might get caught up on that insert that's stuck down with that tear and tape, but just kind of lift your finger like this and just feed it in above that area a little bit, okay? So then there's the card. Ta-da! Now we got to finish the front. So I do have the stuff to finish it. Uh-oh. Did that come out? Hold on. One moment. You got to feed that through. There we go. See, you can feed it through. It's no problem. Let me go ahead and tie it. We'll finish the front. I'll show you what I did for that. So cute. And then once you tie it, then you can adjust it to the more of the side. Yeah, so there's the front. All right, so here's the 3.5 by 5 piece. And here's my layers for the front. And I got my little banner. This is also in that die collection too. So I used the Bermuda Bay. And then I have, let me see here. I think this is cut at 2. This is cut at 4 3/4 by 2.5. I think. Yeah, this is cut at 5 by 2.5. No, it's a little bit bigger. Hold on, I gotta cut this down. I think this was supposed to be 4.5. Yeah, okay, so 4.5, 4 3/4. Okay, so that's right. Okay, so I don't know what I was seeing. Hold on. Let me double check. Yes, 4.5 by 2.5 is the designer paper. Then the Bermuda Bay is cut at 4 3/4 by 2 3/4. Okay, so we're gonna layer these together. I don't think I gave the measurements of this for the front over on the link that's posted above. All right, then we're gonna layer this onto the Whisper White front. And then the Costa Cabana, there's a little tag. Here, let me show you. So the tag is also right here on the dies, right here. So you have the tag, you have the little animals, the toucan, the lion, the little koala bear, and then also the banner, okay? Okay, so we're gonna put this on here. I think I popped that up on dimensionals. Pop this up. And then there is a right and a wrong side. The more stitched prominent side is for the front, because the back side you can't hardly see the stitching. See what I mean? Can you see it? Diane, the link, look in the description box above the live. I have a link that takes you to a page on my blog that gives you all the measurements of this card today. It's not giving you the measurements for the Valentine one. I'm going to do that tomorrow. But everything's listed over there for this card today. And all the items I used and a couple pictures. But the description box is either above this video or below. Okay, so I'm just going to set that off there like that. Then the circle, just with some adhesive. Then the banner, I'm just going to put, I could put this on dimensionals too, might as well. I put Dazzling Diamonds on this one, but for this one today, I'm going to use Wink of Stella. Oh, you know what? I probably need the mini dimensionals. One moment, please. I got to change dimensionals. I got to look for them. Hold on. I just adhered it down with Snail or Fast Fuse on the other one. Okay, we got some mini dimensionals. These are becoming the, how did I live without these? All right, I gotta make sure this is the right side. Yep, this is the right side. So one mini dimensional on each of the little scallops here. It's cute. Hold on, I don't know why, because I did all the updates on my iPads. It's just asking me to verify. I guess it's my, I think it was something I skipped. My Siri or my Apple Play or Apple Card or something. I don't know. Just keeps saying to verify. All right, so I put dimensionals on that. And what I did for here is I wanted one of them to cover up that little tag hole thing, because I didn't want to put ribbon on that. So I just put it over top of that. And then regular dimensionals on the toucan and the koala. Use lots of dimensionals today. It's worth it. So we'll put the toucan on first. You could also put a birthday greeting. I hand cut that out, believe it or not, and it's easy. You know what, the trick to cutting with your paper snips and designer paper is move the paper instead of moving the scissors. So when cutting, just kind of maneuver the paper around. Look how cute. And then the koala with his hand up like that, he looks like he wants to hold. It reminds me of like when Jessie was little. She's like, let me help you hold the balloons, or, you know, like that. So they're both holding the balloons. It almost looks like the koala is being floated up. Let me lower it down. Well, he can't because the hand, hold on. Let me see. Lower the koala a little bit. There we go. There. See, and then you could put like a happy birthday right here if you want. All right, now this is going on the front. So we just designed it off the layer. We're going to put the layer onto the front. What a fun card. Seriously. Totally rocks my world, I'm telling you. I love, love, love this card, and I haven't seen it anywhere. Till after my video tomorrow, then everybody will be making the card. It'd be great. All right, let me pinch this out. Oh, wait, I got to tighten it up. And so if you're doing your Wink of Stella and you're squeezing it out and you're not getting it, you got to tighten the barrel up. Is there any in there? Hello, Wink of Stella, come out. All right, I need another one. I have a backup. No worries. All right, yeah, this one feels really good. All right, I just can't, maybe I can't squeeze it good because of my hands. There we go. Okay, so what I'm doing with this is I'm just going to paint the banner, add some shine, sparkly stuff over top of the cardstock. Now the other one, I'll show you the other one. I added the dazzling diamonds, but I totally forgot to bring that over. Oh, I got to add some rhinestones. I could add some of the, I don't dare do that now because once I got it on the card, I don't stamp it and then I'll get a smudge or something. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some rhinestones to it. Add 3 rhinestones just randomly along the white part of that circle. Oh, look. Isn't that cute? All right, let me show you the card here now, and it's all of its glory. I absolutely love it. All right. Okay, so here's the, okay, so here is the card opened up. Isn't it cute? OMG. I love it. See how the panels kind of match up the sizing better, and also the inside part here. But like you say, nobody's going to notice. So here's the other one. Adorable. I think I like the fireworks on there. See, this one's got more like shebang on there. This one doesn't. I'm going to stamp some of those fireworks onto this one. Kind of liven it up. But then I did the back here on both of them the same. Aren't they cute? I love it. And I just pull the ribbon. Now what I like to do is pull the ribbon so it's the same, right? And then just tie a little bow on the side. You don't want to tie a knot because you want them to get into it, right? So tie a bow, leave enough ribbon for a bow. Thank you for the hearts, everyone. Okay, so there's the one, and then this is the one I made previous today for to show you guys. So I'll have both measurements on my blog tomorrow for this one and the Valentine's Day one. But the link to the card today just has this card here with all the measurements for you. And then here's the Valentine's Day one with all the same measurements. So it works, just to make it easy, you know. But look at those faceted gems. They are so beautiful. Gorgeous. Okay, so that's it. Any questions about the card? Thank you. All right, so I'm going to let you guys go. Have a great Wednesday. Here, let me give you a big kiss. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with me today. It's been a pleasure having fun and stamping with you today. So next Wednesday, you know what I say, same bat time, same bat station. 3 o'clock on Wednesday, we'll be here in the glitter pit, God willing, right? And we'll be, I don't know if we'll be stamping. We're just kind of playing it by ear, but I will have some more cards to share with you guys, all right? So have a great Wednesday, and I'll see you next week. And have fun stamping. Love you guys. Bye.